Proceed. Okay, so
That's the one.
Oh yeah,
Last-
that is the D20 with the dragon.
yeah,
And the lightning bolt with a fist behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
that was during For's I want to kill dragons a lot phase.
Yeah.
Which is still ongoing to this day.
Nope. I already said to Craw on that session. I said to Craw on the session that I guested in as well, like if they stopped the guy that was controlling it, I wasn't going to kill the dragon because I knew it was being controlled, but it was dead. So.
Character growth.
So, let's begin. So, last we left off, you all signed the guild charter. What else did you do within Milloway exactly? I think Deacon went back to the blacksmith to have a continued conversation. Asked for a commission. 5 done some scrolls. Leo, I think he was just looking after 5 at that point. He was just in the inn. And Kenneth, I also think you were just with Deacon, right? You all handed in the charter to the guild, and left my Libby while they processed the paperwork, just for like a experience, or just to get outside, and do a bit more adventuring before essentially becoming professional adventurers. Within the first few hours of being outside the walls of my Libby, you were happened upon by some owlbears.
Bells.
some open bracket, owl, close bracket bells, and something happened with 5 where some sort of like shadow demon essentially emerged from his body, and at first it was attacking the open bracket, owl, close bracket bells, but with Deacon's intervention and basically going, oh shit, creepy ghost, throw dagger, decided to attack Deacon. You all cleaned up that mess. Everybody was looking a bit rough, to be honest. But the rest of the day, I mean,
everybody.
Sorry, 5 was okay. Everybody else is looking a bit rough. But the rest of the day seemed to go past pretty, pretty well. So nighttime. Does anybody get up to anything during the night?
Yes.
During their two.
Yes. Me.
So we'd already rolled for the
encounters. Yep,
There were none.
Happened.
So you just choose who's doing watch when, and then you can, if anybody has anything to do with their watch, then we can go for there. So I'm assuming Deacon wants to go first.
Yeah, but I don't want to do it while I'm on watch.
Well,
you want to do it off watch?
I've been crafting a scroll during all the downtime that we've had anyway, so I'll probably say I'll finish it up during the watch. So I'll take first watch, then he can do his thing.
Okay.
And then we can just, you know what I mean?
Aye. So did anybody else actually have anything they want to do during the night, or is it just Deacon's thing? Okay. So 5 suggests he takes the watch, and Deacon, you I'm assuming you go off somewhere.
I do have something.
You do have something? Okay.
But I'll go after Crow. I'll go after Crow.
Him.
Deal.
I want to wait until Leo's on watch.
Okay. So 5. What are you doing?
I'm reading the book that Leo gave me.
Oh, reading your book. Okay. So
2 chapters,
Leo,
as I recall.
Leo, what does the book look like exactly?
It's brown. It's got no text on the front of it indicating it, and it's just really ratty and disused. Like the spine of it's all fucking crinkled away, and you can see like the actual page bindings in some of the actual spine. It's been through some shit. It looks like this book has been kicked up and down the street.
Okay.
But it is a hardback book and maybe about that thick, like a novel.
Okay. So 5 opens the book and begins the first chapter. Does it have a title?
I read the first chapter already.
You've read the first chapter?
On the night that Deacon pushed my chair away, I stayed in my room, finished my thingy, and read the first chapter. And now I'm on chapters 2 and 3.
Okay. So, chapter 2.
The original conversations with the 5 men were taken lightly as a drunken night of men throwing around ideas and wouldn't it be fun to do this? But nobody ever really thought anything of it until the next day where they all met each other again, and then there was some joking conversations flung around about the idea of maybe banding together and taking some actions into their own hands about this. One man stood up and didn't laugh, said, why not? Why couldn't we do this? Why did it have to be a joke? And slowly set about convincing the rest of the men that it could be done. Why couldn't it? We're all able-bodied, strong men. Like, there's no reason why we couldn't at least try. Slowly, one by one, they started to agree that, okay, if a situation arises and we come up with something, we'll see what we do. One man that decided it would be plausible and doable set about trying to find what they could do, and in the bar one day he heard a story that there was going to be a small caravan passing through of expensive goods and foods that are being brought to the main castle keep, and he got the rest of the men together, told told him about what day it was going to be happening. It was going to be under the cover of night. It should be fairly easy. They could at least get something. Like, the worst that could happen to them is they'll feign drunkenness and be flung in the cells for a night. Surely the consequences couldn't be that bad. So, yeah, reluctantly they set out, lying in wait, hiding in the bushes. The caravan comes up, slowly trotting by, and they realise this is our time. Let's go. And they did. They sprung out. They stopped the caravan, and they began removing pieces of the carriages, hubcaps, expensive metals that adorned these caravans. They saw in the back carriage there was 4 people, 2 women, 2 men, dressed fineries, long flowing dresses of golds and silvers, jewellery, all their hair done up pretty. And they took from them, they took their jewellery, they took their belongings, their satchels, and they fled into the night. They got back to town and they were looking for their bags, and they realised what they'd done, and realised what they got was too much for just them. Like, it wouldn't be right or just going back to town knowing that there was friends and family of their own considering eating their own dogs, cats, because the situation was becoming that dire, while they had all of this money disposable at hand that they unfairly so took from other people more fortunate than all of the city put together. And they devised a way of very subtly slipping these funds into the hands of the very less fortunate. Chapter 2 and Chapter 3?
Yep.
Was this, have you done chapter 2 and you're still like midway through chapter 3 then?
Chapter 3 now, with the
Okay.
event and stuff like that. They went back to the tavern after dispersing the majority of what they'd stolen, what they'd pawned off for whatever cash could be given for them, and begun handing out for, at first, close relatives, family members, things like that. A lot of questions arising. Where did you get this? This isn't right for us. Like, you shouldn't have got this. Surely you've only got this through bad means. But the main person of the group decided they didn't need to know. What they didn't know couldn't hurt them, and it just stayed like that. They decided not to ask questions and just receive the wealth and try to just live happily, knowing that their life should be slightly better now, at least for a time. In the tavern, all the men meet and speak about their actions, what they've done, joking about what they've done to those people, and it goes silent, and they're all sitting staring at their drinks. One tall, muscular man steps up, goes for another round, comes back down to the table and asks, "So when's the next job?" Silence. The main man in the party speaks up again. "Tomorrow night." "Any issues?" He looks around the table. The tall, muscular man nods, takes a drink. 2 others, shakingly, hesitantly nods, take a drink. One final man, conflicted, still twisted by what they've done, not entirely sure it was right, reluctantly just sighs and says, "Wherever you go, I will be there." Finishes his drink, slams it on the desk, and bids the rest of the group a good night. I'll leave it there.
I'll close my book and I'll wake up the next watchman.
Okay. We'll say it's Leo that you wake up. You give him a slight nod.
Nah. Oh, 5. My turn. We good?
You man. You see him like tuck the book into his jacket, his robe, sorry, as he like passes you and beds down next to the fire.
Gives you a
Okay.
sly smile.
So Leo, you take your watch. Deacon, you have something that you want to do, right?
Aye. While Leo's on watch, I lie with one eye open and just kind of watching. And while he's like staring into the coals of the fire, I'll get up. Not wearing my armor at that, so I'm just in my britches, bare feet, and I'll grab a wrapped canvas bundle under my sleeping bag blanket, and I'll head off to the fire next to Leo, and I'll kind of give him a wee kick and a nod, and I'll pick up a still smouldering stick from the fire. Just gonna take a piss.
Yeah, man, no problem. Give me a shout if anything happens.
Now, can I wander off onto the edge of the light of the campfire, and I'll look back towards Leo and just size him up and see what he's kind of doing and looking at.
At this point, I would have stood up and I'm just sort of like pacing the camp, sort of mini patrol around the area, just so if anything was to happen to Deacon, I would be instantly ready to run over to him, and still at the while keeping an eye on everybody else and their things.
As he's like looking a bit, then one of the times he looks at my directions, I'm still just on, and then I'll just give him a beckon with my head, and I'll step out of the firelight. The only thing that's noticeable about me in the dark is that wee orange ember of the stick as I pass into the trees a wee bit.
Fuck was that boy off to? I'll look back at the party. I should be alright for 2 minutes. I'll rest my bottle down next to the fire, and I'll quickly jog over to where he was.
I'm maybe like 15-20 feet or so, just outside the camp, so like low talking won't carry. Yeah, hold this, and I'll thrust the shitty, like smouldering stick at you.
You're right. You don't need me to shake it off, or you do?
No, sorry. I should have been more forward, and I'll kneel in the long grass, and I'll lay the canvas bundle at my knees, and I can see you making faces. Please don't make this any harder than it needs to be. And I'll start untying the twine that wraps the bundle, and there's a thingy open. It's a sword, but it's broken and in multiple pieces. You can see it's broken, maybe an inch and a half away from the cross guard, and then it's like it looks as if it's shattered like glass up the length of the blade all the way up the rest of the way, and it's just kind of laying it in this bundle. This might be hard for a lot of people to understand, so I'm hoping somebody else can share in this with me. When Barry had his incident and passed on, as it were, even though I could see and feel that his being was still lingering around, it was right on the cusp of leaving. And as much as Kenneth was calling out to him and trying to bring him back, it was like it was never quite loud enough. And the only thing I could think of in that moment was to do whatever I could to give him as much energy as possible, to like call out as loud as possible. And I just looked down, and I'm kind of shaking at this point, and I'll beckon to the sword and the bundle. People might think that this was just a tool, just a weapon, but to me it was the only thing I had ever held in my hands up to that point that made me feel safe. I was never afraid of the world around me, but it was like the only thing that gave me confidence enough to face it. It was less than just a weapon or a tool. It was like a friend, a close friend.
It wasn't the physical sword that gave you the comfort, it was the belief and being there with you the whole time. It may as well have been a close friend.
Yeah, I think it's taken me quite a while to realise that, but having that knowledge, I think it would only be appropriate to give a fallen comrade a funeral. And I'll take the still smoulder and stick off him, and I'll hold it to the canvas. It doesn't need to burn bright, right? It just kind of catches gently and smoulders under the sword.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really know what to say in these kind of scenarios.
Speak from the heart. Tell it what you truly thought and believed of it, and it will hear. It had a soul, like you say. It wasn't just the physical, intrinsic weapon, like you say. It was more than that. It was a being unto itself, and it died. It needs to be laid to rest and knows that it can leave your side in comfort of resting now. Would you like me to help?
I don't. Deacon can't even speak at this point. He's just like openly weeping. There's tears rolling down his face, and they're dropping into the canvas and just kind of sizzling away against the hot metal.
Kneel down next to him and ask for one of his hands. Just like put my hand out like that for his hand,
I'll take it.
and then I'll put my other hand on the hilt of the blade, and I'll cast ceremony and give it his final rite.
Okay.
And if it matters, GM, I would like to end my bond to this weapon at this moment.
Okay. Sure. You end your bond to your original weapon. So when your weapon died, for that first time, as you basically scattered the key to basically bring Barry back to life, it was like a piece of you had gone in that moment. However, with this, casting of ceremony, which takes an hour, by the way, you also end your bond, and withdrawing your energy from the broken hilt. It feels like, it should feel like the end of the world, but nothing seems to happen. And there's something comforting about that.
From death comes new life. It's rested now.
I'll kind of roughly rub my eyes off on my arm, and I'll reach down into my pant leg, when you can hear me like snapping something, like maybe paper or another bit of twine, and I'll pull out the Saint's hilt.
Okay.
The smith told me that my blade had died and it wouldn't be able to come back. I think that was fairly obvious from the get-go. They also said that this one still lives, and judging by the feelings that I got towards an inanimate object, if this is as old as I think it is, it's probably collected a lot of that emotion on its own, and I would hate for it to still feel alone in the world.
It won't be complete until we find this other half. I'm assuming
Maybe.
that is your next plan of action then.
Just shrug. I just go wherever the wind takes me, man. And I will bond to the Saint's Hilt.
Okay. What does your bonding ceremony look like exactly?
I'll stand up and take a step back from you at this point.
I'll lay it down in the grass next to like the smouldering remains of my own sword, and I'll just kind of like I kneel down, put my hands flat on my lap, you know, like in a prayer set, I guess, and I'll just like bow to the hilt respectfully as I can, like someone bowing to an elder. And out loud, I'll just say, "I'm not sure if you can hear me. I'm not sure if you can understand me, even if you can. But I don't want to face a future where I have no guidance and no safety nets to rely on. I don't want to face a future where everything is uncertain. And I would ask if you would join me on my future journeys as a partner, a mentor."
Roll me a persuasion check.
Can I guide him on his way?
You may,
Just not gonna make
with
it,
your
man.
use of the spell ceremony.
I was meaning guidance, but
Was good.
Oh, fuck it! It's always just so. Mwah.
roll a d4.
Roll your d4 exactly. Two. Okay. So, as you're now familiar with Key, right? And as much as, you'll probably never be a master of it like Jim, you can still, you still have your uses for it. And as you draw your key out of yourself to make a connection, you feel a force coming from the hilt. Initially, it seems to be, hostile. Seems to be like afraid, but your respectfulness, your soft voice, something seems to calm this once great blade, and you forge a connection. And you notice two things. One, it is very weak, and two, you are not the only person with a connection.
Even just the small reply in any way is enough for Deacon. Kind of finish my bow all the way down so my head's like flat to the earth before I reach out and I'll take a hold of the hilt.
Okay.
Thanks, Leo.
So you take a hold of the hilt and you bring it down to your hips, and you stand to try and to make it feel comfortable almost. You're like just looking ahead. The weight is clearly off. Leo, you notice like the outline of a long blade at that moment in time that just shows up for a split second and disappears again. You don't know if it's your imagination or what, but
Looks like it's in the right hands.
Hopefully.
Oh shit, and my neck will snap, run back to the camp. Check them.
I mean, an hour's passed.
Barry and 5 are gone. There's blood everywhere.
You've heard Kenneth snoring.
You know
the
what?
entire time.
Let's do this. Okay. You may have fucked up. With the roll.
You cheating now?
I told me we didn't see anything tonight.
I mean, that was before he was casting out an hour-long ceremony in the middle of a forest.
Yeah, man, it deserved a proper send-off. He was broken up, but that's all.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying.
They could hear
Yeah.
Kenneth snoring.
You know what, Dale? I'll let you roll the D100.
It's a unicorn.
See if it is.
Fireball
Nice,
It's not half the devil.
I can't believe this. Uh-oh, stinky.
These are the fucking cows, right?
The
So-
hag cows.
So as you watch that blade show up for a split second, Leo and Kenneth, you look into the distance almost instinctively. You see 5 wolves just sitting watching this entire encounter. And as you stand up and you flex your shoulders to become like comfortable again, they just stand up and walk away.
+1 Chad.
+1 Chad.
They noticed who the real alpha was.
Essentially.
Saw Barry's Monaco and mustache and like, fuck that.
Deacon rolled intimidation with strength. That's what Ham did. Okay. He's getting up to anything else? Anybody doing anything?
Imagine like 40 minutes from now my turn's due to be over, so then you're back to camp. They let me get some more rest for the night. Sit back down with the bottle and just contemplate the stars.
Get up and take over.
Sure.
Yeah, let's.
If he's getting up and taking over, I guess I'll go to sleep.
Yeah.
When I fall asleep, I blink, and I think I'll wake back up in the morning, but I'm in that dark space again. And I realise, God, no. Right, let's get this over with. And he starts bouncing on his feet and brings his fists up and he's looking around, expecting the usual beat down that he's been getting. After a few seconds pass, they start appearing in the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4 shadowy figures. Right, let's go then. And he starts heading towards the first, and they'll start closing in around him. And then flames from their feet holding in place, the shadows start writhing and burning. Confused, stops, brings his hands back down, looks around. Scorching flash of light. It's just a ball of energy. White flame. Speaks in the voice. You said you believe in me, then believe in me. Stop second guessing. Do what you know is right. And the bodies go fully engulfed in flame all the way up to the tail heads, and they fall to the floor in ash. Believe. The white flyer disappears. Blink again. It's gone. Wakes up in a sweat. Takes another drink of the bottle, rolls back over, pulls the blanket up, and goes back to sleep.
Kenneth, your watch goes. On you go. Sorry.
Leo is now level 6.
Okay. Kenneth, your watch goes by uneventfully. Unless you want to do something.
Good.
You good?
Should know Barry.
Sure. And the long rest goes by uneventfully, or as uneventfully as it can. And you all awaken to, I'm assuming, Deacon making food in the morning.
Trying to. Boiling
Making some of that.
oats.
Yeah, making some of that berries.
That doesn't smell like bacon.
Smells like porridge. I'll shove a wooden bowl in his face.
Yeah, fucking sure. Thanks, Deacon. Set up with people. Put a wee tiny bit of booze in it, mix it around.
Well, shall we go wandering for another day?
So,
Okay. What
so
direction are
heading
you going?
towards Svartenheim or
Slowly towards Vattenheim.
We were
right?
still going north,
Slowly.
were we not? Towards the mountains? Was that not where you wanted to go? Like,
Were we? That's an absolute fucking trek.
alright.
I thought we were heading to Vattenheim for something and then heading back through down the road to
As
my
far as
area
I believe,
again.
there was like a circle road then. So
Right, we're
we've got
waiting
an
on-
extra
so
left
we're
of
only
mile,
waiting
we'll be
for our-
up to the mountains, round to Vattenheim, then back down.
I mean, we could do that.
I mean, so you take two more days going to Vatnheim through the forest, and then you would take what, one day? Going from Vatnheim to Myluby and
yeah, pretty much.
on the road. So
We're not in a super rush though, right? We could go straight to the mountains, along the base of the mountains, and then down the river towards Vattenheim.
Suppose.
Jeez, where you gone? Pick a direction.
What do
Someday-
you think's going to be north?
Based on what we've learned about the fact that Malubi's been attacked by hobgoblins in the past, always from the north, and Vattenheim's situation came from the northwest as well, there might be something there to see. There doesn't necessarily need to be something there, but there might be.
It's worth a look, right?
It's, again, we're not in a hurry to do anything or go anywhere. There's no harm in wandering
I
around.
think
Nah,
we're
it was-
going to have it.
We can't
More
take any
convenient
jobs
time.
in my Luby. We've kind of cleared Vattenheim and we're waiting for the guild's charter to accept our application, so...
Exactly. Our only limiting factor at the moment, as hard as this might be to bear, is Ed 2 and his cart. It's going to stop us from climbing the mountains, but it's nothing to stop us from getting close, right?
Yeah.
We could go as far as the base, have a look around, and then
There
head
might
back
be
to
paths.
Vattenheim.
I don't know.
so he's going straight north then.
Yeah, can we...
What was that, another square, another day north, or was it 2 days north?
Could you make the hexes visible? Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, just
Or you
right click
actually
the map page and then show grid.
Yeah.
It should appear.
Is there some me configuring with this though? It fucking fucks up my thingy.
Or does it?
I don't know.
Even just changing, like, visual settings?
grid opacity beef. Right, that should do it. Yeah, watch. Buffed. See? Buffed. I don't know if it's...
Why?
I don't know, it's weird.
Is the page dimensions for the map being set properly? Like pixels?
Well, it should be alright.
That's us,
Yeah, but all your wee text for like your hobgoblins and all that's all stacked on like in a wee row here.
That's us. That's alright, we got we got the gist, right? So we encountered the hobgoblins here, or the camp at least, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It was more about like here. Oh, that's not the right fucking thing. I don't know where's my here.
I'm not looking to be exact, but yeah.
Ah, no, it's,
Somewhere.
yeah.
We know that Vattenheim's been attacked via the north side. I know, Maluby, sorry, he's been attacked for the north side. It's a while ago in the past, right? But the only factor is that these two have been attacked. And when that caster fled from us, he ran straight west as far as we could tell, right?
No, I ran south.
Did he go
Right.
south?
Yeah, because they attacked you again, right? The second time, and they threw the trap and then ran south. I'm sure.
Did they not come and fireball the city?
Yeah, it came Fireball City and then ran south and led you into a trap, and then he escaped to the south. Yeah, the southeast, I think it was.
We'll say he went that direction.
Yep.
It would
There's a
be
good chance they might have had multiple outposts as well.
Yeah, it's just head north.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that's where they go all like tracking them down or anything like that. It just
Yeah.
gives a place to poke about and maybe bump into something familiar as well.
Yeah.
We also found that the Rebirth Cave, we called it, right? That place with the weird magical runes and stuff that Five might have been interested in, north of Vattenheim. So if we go along the mountain ridge, we could stop in there, so Five could have a peek before we head back down to Vattenheim to.
We could
head
also
into
look
Vattenheim.
at that as an option.
It gives us a chance to look and see if there's any more of that going on in the mountains as well.
We'll just go north for now then.
Straight north.
Yeah.
Onwards.
Onwards and upwards. So. So, as you travel north towards the mountains,
Sorry,
It
before
does
you go
n-
any further, what was the rules on scribing while we were travelling again? Like, does it need to be like a full 8-hour block? Like,
it needs to be a full
consecutive,
8-hour block. Yeah.
Like, I can't have any breaks or anything, right? It's just going to be like.
So you can't split it over 2 days. So you could, if you could do it done in 1 day, it's fine.
Right, okay.
But you can't split it over 2 days.
Just remember if we're travelling for 8 hours, so this was the rule I was forgetting about, by the way, Kieran. If we were travelling there 8 hours, and then we would stop, and you would have 8 hours to just dick about and do whatever you wanted before you even had to rest as well. So you would get at least one scribing block done while we were sitting still, like making camp and
Right,
fanning
okay.
about.
Fair enough then. Yeah, I could just do that then, like, as we're, setting up to rest up for the night. That's when I'll start it rather than.
Sure.
Than trying to do it while we're travelling, just in case we get interrupted and wasting materials and shit. So.
Right, okay. Yeah, so going northwards, it definitely the temperature does change by quite a lot. Even just traveling a few hours more north, like you start to see more snow, for one, and the mountains you can see them getting bigger off into the background. Oh, okay.
Oh shit! I didn't take my long rest. I don't think, did I? I did.
So it isn't until about 4 or 5 hours into your traveling. Again, you spot the few bits of ice and snow clinging to the trees. Even the dew on the grass is starting to freeze over in certain places. But you see, so it would be Kenneth and Leo, right?
Always Kenneth and Leo.
Kenneth
You
and
can
Leo.
see nothing from not looking.
Yeah, you guys see fuck all, literally fuck all. Anybody with a 12 decks or above you will just I don't know what you are.
I'm busy having a conversation with Five about how the different forms of key are and how you can use more concentrated forms of it to reinforce your body and other more wispy forms of it to affect the environment, and I'm really shit at that.
Okay. Yeah, so
Five's just trying to soak in as much knowledge as he can, just listening intently. He's like,
awesome. So Kenneth, you're driving, and Leo, you're walking side by side in the cart, right? Just
alongside, just
one in your thoughts, and two, just looking a bit. Till Ed seems a bit startled. He starts to read up a bit, but Kenneth, being the monster tamer that he is. He seems to, stuff that shit out right quick. But off into the distance, you can see, like, how would I put this? So it's like trees that have been cut down, but not man-made, and what seem to be large nests made out of these like branches and leaves and like just bits of tree.
I've heard of anything that could have done this.
Sure. Roll me a nature. 18, yeah. Recalling back to stories Mama Kenneth used to tell you, you're pretty sure hippogriffs have been seen up this side of the this side of the mountains. Just maybe still there.
Just a wee family of buckbeaks just kicking about in the woods.
Got my hand on Ed's nose, just patting him. Like, you know about these guys?
Honestly, thought you were going to ask the fucking donkey there when you get to that.
I could now.
Yeah, keep an eye on the skies. Okay, it could be hippogriffs.
Are they known to be violent? Particularly if we get too close to their nests and I'm sitting like staring at their nests.
Particularly animals about Ed's size. Let's just try and stay close to him and keep an eye on the skies, yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
ride them?
Kenneth would know, yes, that you can.
It probably seems more of a
So,
threat
let's walk
getting
into the
close to
nest.
I mean, speaking as the militaristic one in the group, that's insane.
Be
But
really
speaking
careful.
of a young child, riding a hippogriff sounds pretty fucking dope.
Be really careful, guys. We probably shouldn't walk into these guys as I start walking towards the nest.
Okay.
Just
You
feel the face palm over your shoulders.
head straight into the nest.
Can
by
5
by
attempt
yourself.
to hide?
Sure. Roll me a stealth check. Find some trees.
I'm just slowly walking over and I'm gonna.
Yeah,
see
roll me
if
a perception check. You are hidden.
I'm
You know what I mean?
so
You're
fucking hidden.
you
He's got
grab
his
you
hood
grab
up
some
and everything, he's just
sticks.
like, yes.
Yeah, you grab some sticks. You shove it in behind your hood so you look like a small tree. Kenneth, yeah, looking up into the skies, you notice what at first you thought were birds, clearly have far too many limbs. They're just high up in the sky, 3 of them.
I don't notice anything in the nest.
No, Kenneth would know that hippogriffs don't give birth to eggs. They give birth to live young, sorry.
Oh, they're in the trees, not the sky.
No.
You say, are they flying at the minute?
Yeah,
Aye,
so you
so
see 3
Right.
creatures in the air there now with
Uh-huh.
multiple limbs, but you also see like eggs in the nest, and you know that.
No, you don't see.
eggs in the
No,
nest.
you
You
don't see
don't?
eggs because the hippogriffs give birth to live young.
But you don't. Okay. I misread that then.
Well, lean into Leo way whilst I'm still stood next to Ed, right? Is this what it looks like watching me walk into death traps?
Yep. So I'm assuming you can see that already that this is gonna go tits up.
I'll look after the donkey.
Thanks. And I'll start walking off behind him.
Okay, you start walking off behind. I'm assuming Barry's beside you, Kenneth.
It's hanging back a little bit, but yeah.
How far is Kenneth right now for the rest of us?
I'll say about 40 feet,
40 feet.
and I'll say Barry's 20 feet between you.
And the nests are about how far between him and that?
At this point, he's a bit like right beside the first nest.
Right. Okay. So the nest's like sort of on the ground, just made out of all this shit, or like in the
Yeah,
upper wee bit?
just
Right, okay.
just to try and make somewhere soft to sleep.
Now, the picture I've got is it looks like a bit of deforested land where all the
Yeah.
trees and stuff have all kind of fallen, and there's
Yep.
just like divots in it where the
Yep.
obviously been nesting down.
Yep.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on the skies to see if they make any moves, but I'll head a bit closer to the nest and see if I can see anything.
Sure.
Any signs
Roll
of
me
anything?
investigation check for the first nest.
Did they collect shinies?
As he goes over
Maybe.
closer, I'll sort of half shout, Kenneth, what's the plan here?
Looking into the first nest, you don't really see anything. There's no really anything valuable. It kind of looks a bit new, like a new nest, as if they've moved from somewhere else. But no, there's nothing of value, or that you would find valuable, at least.
Okay, I'll just head around to the others.
Yeah, head to the roll me 2 investigation checks then. As you move towards the second nest, though, you do hear a loud screeching noise coming from the air. Kenneth would then also know that this is a warning.
Make a move at all?
They don't. You move to the second, and they do not make a move.
Okay, sure. I'll have a look at the second one then.
Sure. Yeah, looking into the second one. Again, nothing really sticks out. Just sticks, branches, leaves, all the usual stuff.
Kenneth, maybe we've pushed our luck enough here.
It's fine. What's the worst that can happen?
Ah, shit.
Okay, you moving up to the third nest.
You hear a tree shouting, either you or Barry dies again.
Okay, so you move up to the third nest, and I'll say that you find a lone feather just in the middle of this nest.
I will grab the feather and I'll leave a bit of meat in the nest.
Sure. You leave a bit of meat in the nest, and you can definitely see that the hippogriffs are flying a bit lower to the ground, like maybe even about 150 feet. Just keeping an eye on the situation.
Yeah, I'll drop a bit of meat off and then head back to the boys.
Hey, Five, you know if he's gonna keep feeding his rations to random animals, maybe we should start catching some rabbits and hares and stuff so he's actually got things to do that with rather than him wasting, the actual food that you guys eat.
Yeah. You think that, being a man that's in touch with nature, you think he'd know that you need food to survive.
Yeah, strange that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
So-
Kenneth has got like a shit ton of food on him.
These are big pockets.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he's fucking stacked for food. I'm pretty sure before he left, he picked up like fucking like half a stack of eels. So I'm pretty sure he's good.
I got eels for months.
Dried eels.
Yeah, when I head back, I'll just wait there for like a few minutes and see if they move at all.
Okay.
Or they just keep flying where they are.
This is very interesting, Kenneth, but I notice a distinct lack of saddled hippogriffs in my presence. I thought
But they're up there and we're down here.
Oof.
that
So-
sounds like a you problem.
One of them actually starts to fly down, towards the nest that you left the meat in. As it, lands gracefully on all four of its legs and tucks its wings onto its back, it goes over to its nest and has a sniff about, sees the meat and, picks it up and flings it up in the air and just like swallows it into one gulp. kind of stares at you, Kenneth, and gives a deep bow.
I'll back to it.
Okay.
Hit my fedora.
You tip your fedora at it, and it raises its head and just watches the situation.
No, right. Now, I have been known to give in to exaggeration and imagination on occasion. Did that, like, owl horse just...
Yep.
Oh.
You sound surprised. Does
Why does that
most
have
animals
antlers?
not do this?
Antlers? Doesn't have antlers. Nah, how the fuck that sound?
Okay, now you're imagining things.
I'm pretty sure hippogriffs have antlers, my
They
guy.
do not.
They've got an eagle head.
Yeah, they've got an eagle head. How the shoulder? No. That's
Probably
actually
look for,
just giving you the sheet.
look for a handout.
No, there's no.
If you can find a handout for it, then you can show
There was
Oh,
there was
shit.
a way.
Where's the
There
ones
was-
get antlers?
Oh, there we go. You,
Chimera, maybe?
Oh, no,
you-
some D&D hippogriffs, they
Yeah.
have antlers. That is a thing. I'm not on drugs. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, and they're green as well.
there you go. That's it there. Did you see it? Can you see it?
Mhm.
There you go. That's it there.
Alright, even I'll admit, it's quite impressive. But again, maybe we should push our luck before the full family comes in and beats us first.
But we're not riding them yet.
So that was the intention. Like I said, they can tits up.
Right. What are you doing, Kenneth? Are you doing anything else? Are you just standing watching them? What's your plan? How are you going to convince this thing to allow you to ride it? Give me it in great detail.
Is a good question.
Let me lie back.
What do I know about Hickam? How much do I know about him?
How much do you know? Okay, let me go into its biography and read out its biography to you. A beast whose magical origins are lost to history. A hippogriff possesses the wings and forelimbs of an eagle, the hindquarters of a horse, and a head that combines the features of both animals. Reclusive and omnivorous, hippogriffs mate for life and seldom venture more than a few miles from their nest. When defending its mate or its young, a hippogriff fights to the death. Hippogriffs don't lay eggs, but give birth to live young. A hippogriff raised in captivity can be trained to be a faithful companion and mount. Of all the creatures that can serve as flying mounts, hippogriffs are among the easiest to train and the most loyal once trained properly.
One that I'm reading says raise them from eggs and how much their eggs are worth.
I'm thinking of Peritons, by the way, with the antlers, not hippogriffs.
Remember Perry?
They're petty, they're petting.
Yeah, man. And they all look like adults, these three, right?
Looking at one of them does look significantly smaller than the other.
So hear me out, What if we kill the other two?
Okay, that ain't happening. That's enough.
Yep,
Get
there we
on the
go.
wagon. We're leaving.
Okay,
Get in the back of the van.
I get on the wagon.
You get on the wagon and leave the perfectly healthy 3 hippogriffs that you could all totally use as basically mounted warfare behind. Okay,
I was told off.
you were
Get
told
on
off.
front of
The
carriage, like,
magical
head
tree
up,
sort of like, makes his way back to the cart and he just looks back and he has this wee thought about him just, riding this massive, majestical beast into battle and just fucking flinging fire at everything from above and not getting a hit, and he's just...
You know, I didn't know you had an invisibility spell in your arsenal. It's very impressive, Five.
just turns around and like, yeah, me neither. It's sometimes things just happen.
Okay. And you pass by the hippogriff as you get back onto the cart. This is the largest of the 3 hippogriffs. And it just, running start takes off into the air and starts soaring with its what seems to be family. Okay.
Better
does-
this way. Let them be free.
and
And
then
children I could steal.
ooh, that'll be interesting.
I do quite enjoy. Don't take this the wrong way. I do really enjoy. Like, this game has its moments of pure intensity all the time, and then, like, half the time we'll just wander around going, what random encounters can we bump into? And it's just really, like, legitimately really satisfying. It's like D&D at its absolute peak.
Yeah, man. I did say this is what the game is going to be, so. Because we never really used the random encounters, so I wanted to use them as like much as possible just to see what you find.
Everything is a random encounter. If
Pretty
you try
much.
hard enough.
I just think there's something just good about it, and then with that as well, like you can create your own stories with just by random encounters, and yeah, man, it's good. Right. So let me see. Somebody roll me a D100. I'll let you roll it this time.
Can I
already
roll
done
one?
On you go.
Oh god, Deacon. Then you go. Roll me a
Easiest
D100.
69 in my life.
Roll 99. 63.
I tried, boys.
That is the worst one. No, roll it again.
Easiest 78 in my life. What?
I rolled 6.
It's literally the same thing. You know what? Fuck it. You can have it. So as you're traveling.
Let me go again. Let me go again.
Okay.
Oh, I roll a 61, please.
71.
I'm sorry.
71.
I got scared.
Okay. And you know what we'll do? So, as you like start to say farewell to these hippogriffs, Kenneth, something else takes, like you can see something else in the corner of your eye. A large, fuck, what does it even like? A large, like orange dragon, in quotation marks. A winged lizard, clearly, and it seems to be gunning straight for the hippogriffs.
How far away from us is it?
About, say, 300 feet away, about 150 feet up in there. And it is travelling fast, at least 160 feet per round.
Let nature take its course.
I mean, I can't really get up there and help.
As it gets
Deacon
to...
is visibly sweating. I could kill a dragon and ride a hippogriff in the same day.
As it gets within about 200 feet, you can see a large stinger on the back of its tail.
Oh.
Crow knows what that is, I think.
Luke knows what that is.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you should know that. I made you fight one before.
Kenny?
300 feet in the sky.
Is it a big meter?
200 feet,
I string my bow.
190 feet, 180 feet,
Leo's trying not to watch.
170 feet,
Let nature
I'll
take
pull
its
the
course.
trigger.
Let nature take its
Uh,
course.
160 feet away. The attack. Okay. Let's move to a map. Oh, no,
All the
what-
hippogriffs on the ground at this point. Then I thought they.
No, the
They
third
flew back
hippogriff
up.
went up into there. Yeah, as you were walking away. Oh my god, this map again! Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Range increments of a longbow, 150 and 600.
Wow.
Why is 5 at the front? Come on, get a fucking grip. Fuck's sake.
I'm driving it up.
So, hold
Can I
on,
be
so-
2 maps south, please?
2 maps south. Yeah. Wait, what is
60
that?
feet.
Back in Vattenheim. Preferably.
Move.
What the fuck is that?
Bit of mud.
I don't remember what that is.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was.
Them.
Just pretend it's a really big cockatrice.
Sure.
Don't
So
need
it's
to.
it's 150 feet into the air. 160 feet away it should be. Oh, hey, move back. Hey, move back. Hey.
Oh, I'm technically driving in, so I was in front of it.
Shit, I need to edit that. I've not changed that since I took Wet Master.
Okay. So, Deacon, roll me your longbow with disadvantage.
16.
Hits.
It's more damage than it says there as well. You saying?
Okay, hold on. Let me get
It's
that one.
3 extra on top of that, so it's 12.
So you let loose the arrow from your longbow, and you hear a screeching roar, just pierce your eardrums, and all of you seem to go a bit unbalanced in that split second, as this creature decides to take you on. So hold on, let's. Five. Yeah. Wrong thing. There we go. Oh no! And then I'm going to just make this one. They can go at the same time because they're literally just going to fly away. Okay. Everybody roll initiative.
Fix my initiative rules. Holy shit!
Are we rolling initiative? I take it.
Initiative's on the. I just rolled somebody's initiative from it. Hold on, Barry's. Oh, Barry doesn't get initiative. Hold on.
I'm rolling heads. Ed Sharon.
Ed Sharon. Okay. Begin combat.
Was
Deacon,
it live on?
you. Hold on.
Is that level? It looks
it's a
really
level.
different.
I don't know. It's the token they use.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that twice more. It says 150 feet from me.
Aye. 150
These are-
feet in the air, 150 feet. Aye, so 150 feet.
These are straight then.
Oh, a crit.
Number.
For 10 damage.
Hot 10.
And I've got
Okay.
plus extra for the first
13.
thing.
I did that.
13
I did
hits
it.
as well.
The damages are right on them for another 10 and another 10.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll action surge.
Okay.
And a boot it.
11, 18.
Missed 18 hits for 13. Okay.
Wait, was that damage, right? Is that longbow only a D8? Why was I under the
Okay.
impression it was a D10?
Not D8.
Longbows fucking suck ass, dude.
Hang on. Okay, Kenneth.
So how high are the hippogriffs right now?
Like 100 and. About 180 feet, 150 feet ish. Like,
Okay.
between that range.
I cast weight.
Okay. You saving your action for anything, or are you just waiting?
I'll just step away from everyone a bit and dodge.
Okay. Leo?
Ah, fuck. Right. Let's go in and I'll move my 30 feet out to here, split out a bit. I'll look around at the party. Barry, Five, and Deacon feel a revitalizing fire in their chest start bubbling up and they burp as they are blessed.
Okay.
Yes.
We D4, mate.
Nice.
Okay, so that's action, bonus action movement.
That'll do.
Yeah. 5.
How far away did you say it was?
175 feet away from you.
Yeah, so I can't do anything to do. So what we will do though is we'll do.
You need to move 20 feet forward, Deacon, for it to be 150 feet.
Yeah, just straight up, 20 feet.
I've done it to you, so.
I do it.
What was that you done?
Oh wait, that's the rank thing. Hold on, it's this, right? 12.
That is a fail. You are frightened of this creature.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, I crouched down in the cut.
Okay.
Have a fight cast. Shite myself.
Ed looks up at the creature and steps over in front of 5. I'll protect you. The hippogriffs will fucking sprint off. They're running the fuck away. So I'll just do this. Sorry. Okay, and then it is the wyvern tongue, and it is going to fly above you, overhead. Oops, wrong one. Hold on. So it's gonna fly over here, and it's gonna fly up about 160 feet ish. Okay, Deacon.
Maybe is Barry.
Very.
Like heavy.
Like, probably 30 stone.
Probably more than that, because he has rocks in his belly.
True.
He's outside my shot range just now, so I'll just take 2 disadvantage shots at it.
On you go.
12,
Miss.
16,
Four,
7.
Oh shit, hold on.
I'm very
nearly
straight
killed
with
it
you
then.
boys. I'm not about to click this button for very long. I did not buy very many arrows.
Kenneth? Are you waiting?
How high? 160 you said?
What?
You said it was
160,
160
yeah.
above? Yeah.
160.
Yeah, same again.
Okay. Leo?
See it hover in the sky, and I'll loose the rope in the back, and I'll half draw out the net. Ah, fuck, this is gonna hurt, and I'll take a drink. And I will hold my action to wrap its wings up in net if it was to dive bomb in close.
Okay. 5.
Yes, first off, I will do the thing. Hey!
You pass. You're no longer field.
And then the other thing. We're good.
Good.
How far did you say up it was?
160.
160. Which is out of my range for that. What's the range on this? It's also 120.
Ooh.
That's also 120. Everything's 120. Yeah, I'll just fucking start muttering. Like a bunch of numbers in Dwarvish under my breath, and start like tracing wee stickmen in the air, and I'll cast mirror image.
Okay. And Sharon, again, will stand in front of 5. The hippogriffs, oh yeah, no hippogriffs, so they'll fly in another. Okay, yeah, no, the weapon's probably just like. What will it do now? Seeing that the hippogriffs are starting to get away and you guys are attacking it, it's gonna go for Ed.
Ooh, sick.
Yeah. It'll swoop down. Yeah, that's what I can do, actually. Yeah, I think about it. Deacon. It is currently hovering above Ed.
Like, right above him?
Yeah, pretty much. Hovering
It's
right
about
above
to
Ed.
not have a fun time. I dropped my bow and I would like to rugby tackle the level.
Okay.
A 20 to grapple the wyvern.
18.
The sadness in that fucking wee sigh and then just 18.
Every time, man.
I've seen too many dragons run away from too many people, alright?
Okay.
And then, I don't know if this will make a difference, so I've got a Hoddy, like, I guess one of its legs,
Mhm.
so I've not, like, disabled it anyway, and I will kind of look down at the forest floor, and I will jam my hand under the biggest, thickest exposed root I can.
Okay.
Have you seen, I believe it's Black Panther here? No, it's not. It's Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier when he
with a
grabs
certain-
onto the.
Yeah, that's me right now.
Okay.
My turn.
Right on. Okay. Kenneth.
Right. Seeing this happen, Kenneth will pivot and charge over, and it will also jump on the wyvern and try and hold its head down.
Okay.
So action is dog shit.
Yeah. Fail. Roll the 20.
Bonus action, I'll get Barry to stroll up, get in between him and Ed. I'll
Mhm.
take a nibble. 3, 4.
I need
20,
things with higher AC, man. Jesus Christ.
I'm usually
Little
rolling like
known,
8s to be fair.
A little known thing for how Monster AC works. It works in a similar vein to how their hit die works, you know, how it goes off their size.
Mhm.
The physically larger a monster
larger it
is,
is,
the
no, I know.
lower the
No, no.
AC gets.
Yeah.
So, like, large monsters tend to be pretty fucking easy to hit,
Easy
but
to
big
hit,
stacks of hit
targets.
points.
But it's all random encounters. It's not like I get to choose smaller creatures. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Leo?
Seeing the situation they've got in, I'll fucking tuck the net back away, charge back in. And as I'm coming running in, I'll just come in with an elbow and giga dunk the top of his head.
Okay. 24 hits for 5, 14 hits for 4.
Mind that cave fisher.
Good
Okay.
times, man.
5.
And 5 will do the thing that has served him it very well up to this point, and he'll
Back of the van.
do a wee quicken spell, and he'll snap both his fingers, and instead of seeing 2 wee beads of fire on his index fingers, you see one of them is a bead of fire, and you see the other one is like an ice shard, basically. It's just like sort of like melting in the air. And I'll hit a firebolt and a wee cold bolt at the same time.
Ice bolt, mate. Okay. 16 hits for 10.
Low damage. And 11 on a
Single figure
misses.
firebolt I can see?
You're
Yeah, man.
blessed if it works on spell
Oh,
effects.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a
I'm
good one.
blessed. D4, right?
Roll d4.
Barry, 5 and Deacon, so remember that.
Pog. 15.
Yeah, that hits. That hits. Yeah, so as these two shots fire into the wyvern, you can see that it's clearly in pain, and there's not about this situation. So Ed is just again going to stand in front of
gonna
5.
cast
Epigraph is flying away. The wyvern is going to try and fly away, so it will.
Does being grappled affect it?
Its movement speed is 0, it has to break this grapple.
Yeah, it has to. So it's going to try and shove Deacon.
That's cheating.
Nah, it's no. At 15? Yeah, get fucked! It will shove you. Okay, but now it's going to take all sorts of
grapple in the
obbies.
head also.
No, he failed.
Does Ed get an oppie or no?
Nah, Ed gets an
So
obby.
you
I'd
get
honestly, Ed could probably kill it. Let's see. So the thing's going to try and fly away. And Ed is going to try and hoofs it. Come on. Can he kill it? Crap. No. He rolled max damage as well.
Mario kill it. Never mind.
Never mind. Okay.
And back to normal.
It's fine, Kenneth will kill it.
Oh wait.
Kenneth, yeah?
16 to hit for me as well. On a
As
punch.
it's flying away, I'll just wrap the whip around its leg and just fucking yank it back down to the ground.
Yeah. you yank it back down to the ground, and as it falls to the ground, it like impales itself onto like a branch, like a large branch, and you just see the branch pierce through its heart, and some of its heart is at the end.
What you get for trying to kill my hippogriffs.
Yeah.
This is my donkey.
Five's just looking at his fingers at the minute and just like keeps snapping, and it's just fire every time. It's like, how the fuck did I do that?
It's clearly less effective than fire. Just stick to fire. Retrieve my bow.
Are the hippogriffs still flying away?
Yeah, they're fucking long gone.
Right. That may be very dead. Still just watch yourself on that tail though, that looks pretty nasty.
What's pretty expensive is
So as
what it
he
looks.
mentions, like, watch yourself on that tail, that looks pretty nasty, and I just sort of give Kenneth a wee beacon, and just like start pointing at bits.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get to work.
Roll me that serve check.
How many does he
Can I
need?
retrieve some arrows, GM?
Nice.
Nice.
I mean, can you? You're fucking launching them into the air.
I know, but some of them hit it. Are
Right,
any of the
roll-
ones that hit it retrievable?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you like all of them bar one. How many did you hit? Like 5, right?
5.
Yeah, so you can have 4 back.
Yay.
While they're pointing at bits.
Oh, 26. Not bad.
Some time all this. I'll keep an eye out. I'll just watching.
So I'll just fucking copy it. I'll
Yeah.
send you the Gazzo. Hold on. It's the easiest way of doing it.
Yeah. And then I'll just add it onto my sheet. I mean, I've got a book, so I can just check the book, right?
How long does it take to harvest monster bits?
Like, so I'd give you like 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
You running this shit?
Yeah. Maybe. That's it.
So we get all that,
So
yeah?
you gain for the sake of the stream, wyvern tail, 2 wyvern wings, and wyvern poison, and you get, I believe, 15 applications of it.
That's worth 600 GP. What the fuck?
Yeah, but
Did you read that first block of text, Dale? Leo?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
So, do you get up to anything as the 10 minutes while you watch 5 and Kenneth basically like strip this creature apart?
Deacon, up to this point, has never considered fighting a flying creature, and he's realised there is a massive hole in his fighting style. So I'm casually staring at a tree 150 feet off going, how hard would it be to hit that from here? That's me. I'm just intently staring at a tree for 10 minutes.
Okay. Leo?
I'm keeping edgy while they're cutting bits up.
Okay, that's fine. So the 10 minutes passed, and as you know, within the first like 5 or 6 minutes, the hippogriffs do eventually like fly back. You know, you are at their nests, and all 3 seem to land on the ground, and like kind of come over and see the kill. So I'll give them like here.
You might want to pile some entrails or something up for them. They're looking for food.
Yeah. I'll grab like a handful of guts and I'll walk over a little bit to them and bow. And
Okay, and as you bow, the larger of the 3, the one at the top here, bows back.
I'll put a bunch of the guts and stuff over on the ground in between us.
Okay. And it will like walk over, and the other one will walk over, and eventually the smallest one comes over, and starts eating at the guts. The guts as the bigger 2 stand watch.
I'm hippogriffs are eating that Gussie.
Oh, how may get up in them guts.
Guts. They wanted a bit of that with us, you know what I mean?
Hey man, if Kenneth is aware of the general value of these bits as well, you make Leo a pretty happy man by telling him how much an intact vial of them poison's worth.
Somebody
I don't
talking
know what
money
it's
all then?
worth. I just
Did you know have a look at the Gazzo?
It's 600.
Leo hasn't seen the Gazzo, has he?
That's true. I mean, you would know being a man of alcohol, you would know about the wyvern tail, right?
a man of
I know about the
culture.
tail.
You know about the
Definitely know
tail.
about the tail.
Yes.
It's a pretty potent weapon and all, if you keep on hand, to be fair.
If I'm close enough to the hippogriffs while they're eating, then I'll just reach out and start trying to pet one of them. That's all I can touch 'em.
What one are you gonna try and touch?
Whichever the first one is that comes over. The bravest
Oh,
one.
the big one?
Right?
Yeah, so you try and touch the big one, and it kind of like rears its head back a little bit, and just like snaps at your fingers. No touchy.
Touchy.
Pretend, please.
Okay, sure, Barry will walk over and I'll just stand there with Barry for a minute just watching him.
Okay.
Watch him eat.
So 10 minutes pass, you collect all of your stuff.
Yeah.
That you want. Yeah, what you doing?
Skies
Yeah.
look clear from here. Should continue on.
Guess we'll leave him to it.
Are wyverns solo predators, or are we expecting more wyverns to just appear and attack our new best friends?
I'd imagine they're solo. I don't know a huge amount about them, but
Okay.
sure they'll be fine.
Shall we just keep going? Keep going?
Keep going.
You get back on the cart and mush onwards. As you leave, I would say the majority of the meat and stuff like that on the wyvern, they all start to dig in and eat away at this wyvern. Yeah, I'd say another couple of hours pass before the travelling day is done, and you can start to settle in for the night and do 8 hours of things that you want to do. Like, for example, you wanted to make a scroll, right?
Yep.
Right. So, okay. So, is there anything you want to do to like? Cause I know you had plans before about like hiding the camp and all that kind of stuff. Is there anything that you want to do, like to, you know?
That's it, right? You've no painted the tarp yet, have you? No spent any time doing that, so that might be worth
Yeah,
doing.
just
We'll,
Yeah, I mean, you get time for it. You either get like 8. I mean, you could do that and then go to bed earlier and then wake up earlier and stuff like that. So.
Because we've got a decent reconstruction if we do that, because we pull open one side of the top after the top of the cart, then Ed can get under it. He's safe from being spotted for this guys, and it gives us a decent bit of camouflage when we're in amongst the trees, right? If we want to sleep inside the cart, and I don't know how much space there is, but inside the cart beside Ed, that's everybody kind of tucked in, nice and neat.
It starts raining.
Yeah.
I'll have
Basically a portable tent.
Yeah,
a
I'm
good
just-
look at our foliage around us, and I'll start really thinking about the patterns and stuff like that. And I'll get my paints in my bag and I'll get ready.
Okay.
Which check would you like performance?
Yeah, I would say just make a dex check with proficiency.
For the record, I named one of the hippogriffs Harry.
Harry the Hippogriff, and Barry the Basilisk. Yeah, okay, 18. So you get stuck into painting the tarp, and being in the surrounding that you want it to look like. You pretty much have all the inspiration that you need, and you're thinking about the angles and like the way people would look at it from different angles, and it comes out looking fairly good. Yeah.
Test it back. That'll do for now at least. Giant guys.
Good work.
I think he's asking what we think.
Yeah. It's not your best work, but it's well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 sort of just
Ah.
like looks up and yeah, it's good.
So, who's hungry?
Always.
Start kicking a wee pile to get rid of twigs and stuff like get it ready and spark a tinder, get a wee fire ready.
Okay. You can hand wave most of this if you want. Just get to the resting, unless you've got anything specific you want to do. Just tell me who's doing what watch, and then we'll go.
5 tokens, bosh.
Yeah.
Getting good
While
at this spell
Leo's,
scribing, so I'm on.
while Leo's painting the top, Kenneth's just going to set up a few traps for some
Didn't take
wildlife
off
around
costs,
while they're
so
sleeping.
Sure. Roll me a survival check. That one. Yeah. Try and make some makeshift traps for some rabitos and stuff.
I turn around after making some traps, and then Barry's caught in the first one I made.
Yeah. Sure. You leave some treats that Barry would normally eat, like non-stone ones anyway. And yeah, Barry ends up in the first one.
Barry. Come on, man.
Sorry, Dad.
If you want treats, you just need to ask.
Okay, I want treats.
I'll help him out and give him a treat.
Okay. Yeah. So, who's doing what watch? Who's going when?
I would like to always go last if possible.
Sure.
I'll go first, guys, if you want to get some sleep started just now.
Okay. So,
Grab my bedroll and I'll throw over 5. Yeah, it's getting cold at night.
so Leo, roll me a Percepticon check. Who's gone second after that? By the way?
I'll take it.
Okay, 5. Okay. Roll me a Percepticon check, and then Kenneth, and then Deacon.
I saw that one hit
So
first
did I.
before the 16, and I was just like, no.
Okay.
Oh, you know what the boys done. Yeah, buddy.
You rolled a 10 and a 6. It's close enough.
The reason I want to go last, I'm just gonna make this. I'm canonizing this right now. So whenever I get off my watch last is when I put my armor on.
Okay.
Smart.
So I'm not needing to put it on, then take it back after and go to sleep.
Yeah.
The psychopath just sleeps with it on.
Bunch of creepy cunts.
Me.
I actually just lie down and then I'm asleep.
Do you even lie down?
Barely even get there. Yeah, Kenneth's snoring before he hits the ground.
Oof. That is definitely a thing. Okay. So, Leo, you take your so you take the first watch. You know, trying to think about the the events of the night before, the dream you had, and trying to make sense of it all. 2 hours pass by really quickly and nothing really happens. 5, you're then awoken.
Give him a wee shake.
Yeah.
Go for a big stretch. Your turn. And I'll curl up near the fire and just face into it and fall asleep.
Fuck off, 7. Leave me alone. As he wakes up.
So Five, looking off into the distance, past the fire, you see what seem to be like familiar symbols, magic,
Obelisk.
No. How can I put this? It's like
cutting mad shapes in the trees.
Essentially, cutting mad shapes in the trees. Actually, you weren't awake for this. Now that I think about it, you see a white stag off in the distance, and peering past the fire. You see the white stag seem to look. Sure, I don't know. I need to look. Okay. Sure.
Just does it look threatening? That's all.
All right.
Like your insight checking Karen to see if he was lying about the stag.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can I insight check a wind?
So, looking at the stag, you can see that it actually, you get a feeling that it does not care less about you or the party. And it just seems to be passing by. As it gets away from the dim light of the fire, you notice gold runes basically like take over its entire body.
Can I recognise the runes for here? Is it too far? Is it just like, I can just sort of, see the faint tracings and recognise that it's runic?
Roll me an investigation check. So you get a really good look at the runes. However, you do not recognise them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably just get lost for a couple of minutes, just like watching it, wander off into the distance and stuff before I remember that I should be looking for things.
Other than that, your watch seems to pass by uneventfully.
Give Kenneth a wee kick.
Give Kenneth a wee kick, and Kenneth, you wake up and it's around about like 3 or 4 in the morning, so you're probably like, oh, my traps should have caught something by now, and you head over to where your traps were, and nothing in them, unfortunately. You actually find Barry and the rest of the traps. You just sit and munch your way through your watch, listening to the local wildlife. Passes by uneventfully. Deacon, you are awoken by Kenneth. You find yourself examining the hilt of your new bonded weapon.
What's in my note is the Saint's hilt, in case that matters. It doesn't matter, but that's what it's in my note.
You seem to be, as much as it's bonded to you, you're trying to communicate with it, right? I'm assuming. But during this communication, your concentration lacks, and looking over to your side, you notice maybe 15 feet away a large cat with long bladed teeth pouncing at you. Roll me initiative.
No active combat, you
You need to put yourself in combat.
Oh god.
This can only end well for me.
That gets the first attack though. So taking moves 20 feet straight forward.
I'm surprised, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean I can't take reactions? It does, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you can't take reaction. Roll me. Oh no, let's see if that's it first. So he gets advantage, right? So 24 to hit for, and you don't have your armor on, right? Or you put your armor
I
on?
do have my.
Oh, you have?
armor,
You put it on as you wake up. Yeah, okay. So 24 to hit for 10 slashing damage.
Yep.
And then make me a strength saving throw.
17.
You pass. Okay. That is you. And the tiger is right beside you. It's your turn.
Quite a look back at the camp where everybody's sleeping. I look at the saber-toothed tiger. What do you want to grapple it?
You may. 11.
26 to knock it to the floor.
Okay. 8.
Action surge. 20 to choke it.
15.
Sick. And I'll. I guess I've got a free attack right now.
You do.
Fuck, I've never been in this situation. I'll draw my dagger and I will
Prison
sink
shank.
it into the. Yeah, I'm just while I'm getting choking out the one, I'm just start shanking it in the side with the other hand as quietly as possible. Don't want to disturb anybody that's sleeping, you know.
Okay. 18, right?
18 for 13, yeah.
Yeah, that hits for 13
Grapple,
damage.
pin, choke, stab.
Okay. So it turns.
Yep. Actually, can I spend my bonus action to second wind?
Sure.
Ooh, sick, dude. Not even hot. Look at that.
Okay.
I'm just like.
It'll just try and. It'll just try and bite you. 17 to hit.
No, that's a miss.
Oh, really? Okay.
18 without my shield, yeah.
Doesn't get 2 attacks, so it's your turn. Kind of deal. So it needs to roll. You need to roll a athletic check to keep it
Yeah.
thing rate.
24.
It's a pass. God damn it, man. Okay.
It's one. I've got another free just stab in the ribs again. 17 for 10.
Okay.
So it's been choking for 1 round, right? We count it
One
as its
round.
round.
Yeah.
So this will be its next round of choking. This will be its second.
Okay. Yep.
That's me.
And it will again try and bite you. 22 to hit.
I will use my reaction to jam my dagger like vertically in its mouth, so as it goes to bite me and bite down, it kind of feels the poke and just doesn't do that instead.
Okay. Right. So that's 2 rounds.
Just spent the spell slot.
Yeah, that's fine. Your turn.
Ooh.
Oh, I can break out here. 22. Get fucked.
Oh, 11.
12. Get fucked.
Nice. Okay.
And it breaks out of the choke, but it's still grappled.
Yep.
So it will try and.
It's
again,
prone
bite
as
you.
well, and I'm no, so that is a disadvantage to hit me.
Yeah, no. Bite you again. 10.
Nope.
Don't you wish
Yep.
you were a barbarian so you could have advantage on your strength checks?
I have already thought of a solution to this problem, don't you fucking worry. Yeah, nah. 20 for 11 and 18 for 13.
It's prone though, so do you not get advantage?
He is.
Aye.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said 10 for 13.
No, 18. Yeah. You stab it straight into the guts twice, and you can see that it's clearly like extremely weakened. And at this point, just wants to like escape. It's its turn. It will try and escape. Roll an athletics check. 18. So it's nothing. The situation doesn't change. On you go.
At this point, I've stabbed it too many times. If I let it go, it's just going to walk away somewhere and bleed to death, and it's not going to be pleasant for anybody involved. 17 for 10, 23 for 12.
Yep. You basically just push it down onto the ground with one arm, and just slide the dagger in between its ribcage into its heart. And the tiger lies dead.
I would like to give Craw inspiration for 1v1 in a saber-toothed tiger at night and not
Absolutely.
even waking up
I
anybody.
second that.
Yeah, check out my shoulder if anybody woke up.
No, nobody has woken up. You just basically held this tiger's throat. And it was quiet as fuck.
Barry opened his eyes and looked at it and then just went back to sleep.
Yeah, I'm just fucking drenched, my shoulders down in blood right now. I wipe my face off a wee bit and I'll go sit in a rock. I'll pay more attention until everybody wakes up.
Sure. The rest of the 2 hours pass uneventfully. Everybody starts to waken up from their slumber and to the smell of porridge and rotten flesh.
I mean, it wouldn't be rotten, right? The porridge and copper.
So a couple of elves.
Yeah, I would say copper. Right? But I suppose it wouldn't be rotten, but it wouldn't be a nice smell. Put it that way.
Just cat piss and fucking blood in the air.
Yeah, cat piss, shit. Yeah.
Wakes Leo up with a warm bowl of porridge to the face. He just kind of opens one eye and he just sees me crimson for like mid-torso down.
What the fuck? And I will spring up and I will start inspecting him and I'll look for him for wounds. But
Sure.
Whoa,
roll me a
whoa,
medicine.
what?
Roll me a medicine check. 15. Yeah. You look him up down. Like a quick glance, you notice that the blood isn't his.
I'll just point after the side.
And at this point, it's like
Oh,
dry, and stuck to his skin and his armor, and he's fucking humming.
Not bad, kid. Not bad. Didn't even wake me up.
You're a pretty heavy sleeper.
Yeah, I had a couple.
I don't suppose that's any good for you for bits, is it?
You tried the haunch? It's good for
Uh,
breakfast.
After consulting my book, there are no entries
Maybe
in the book.
So we can take some teeth.
I'm sure the pelt will be worth something, right?
I'll grab a knife and I'll go start taking some of the back of the neck, like up here in the nape area where the muscles from the shoulders are, and just want to start butchering out a good bit of meat. Stick it on the pan or the fire.
If we happen past a river in our travels, I would like to take a bath if possible, Squad.
Yeah, I think you deserve that.
You don't
Oh.
want you showing back up at home, you know, covered in blood.
No, that would just be that's like a Tuesday. Like,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, mate.
While you two are just like making food, you just say, "What the fuck?"
We got breakfast on. Wait, you try this. This is a specialty.
I was asleep for like an hour.
It must have been your traps. It must have got caught up in your traps, Kenny.
I knew it. I knew that was a great idea. Well,
again, pure bright red. Yeah, well done.
breakfast on me, boys.
So actually, that smells kind of good, Leo.
This one is good. This is one I've made a few times before. This one is a delicacy if I do say so myself.
We don't eat meat in my house, so
For reasons, or you just never have tried a good bit of meat?
Sorry.
we just didn't, and then I was never interested, and I mean that smells pretty good.
What do you do with meat then?
We don't.
Well, it can hurt to try even just once. You don't like it, spit it out. Fair enough. But I do recommend
it's
you
also
try at
just-
least a bit.
It's just the thought of eating, you know, like a creature. It's just weird.
Deacon, have I never given you eel before?
You can think, but not even a single time.
I poured out a handful of eel.
I'll hard pass on that.
Well, in your house,
I'll try a wee bit of the saber-tooth hunch once it's well cooked.
I'll just stuff the eel back into my pocket.
Kenneth, I have thought of a new flaw for Kenneth.
my father told me when I was a boy, you're doing more disrespect to the animal if you're not using all of its parts once it's been slain. So, we had to finish our plates. I recommend trying a little piece.
I'm just kind of
This
rolling
is
out a bit in my mouth.
some medium rare shit off the back of the back of the neck.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Kenneth? You know what I mean?
I mean, it doesn't taste awful, but like,
It's full of protein.
I normally just have strawberries and wheat pancakes for breakfast.
If you eat a lot of red meat, you'll get bigger and stronger quicker.
I'll just flex. I'm rocking that 18 strength, boy. I'm fucking yoked.
Doesn't look like a 26 strength to me.
Fuck off.
I just hit his head because he's like 6 inches shorter than me.
I'll cut off squares for 5 for Kenneth and Barry.
Yeah, nah, it's not for me. I appreciate the effort, but I'll
Hey
pass.
man, you tried. That's all I wanted from you.
Five's like halfway through his and he just hears Deacon like, yeah man, it's not for me. He's dibs.
Told you it was good.
And for the record, I'm only slightly offended you didn't try the eel.
It just looks... It looks like something I've blown out of my nose.
Nutritious.
Okay. Can we see the mountains? Like, how...
Yeah, you're pretty fucking close to the mountains at this point.
As is evident
will-
with the saber-toothed tigers appearing.
I need
He's
to
a
go
lot,
pee.
like,
Just
on the edge.
continue. Hold on a sec.
Barry, to Kenneth. Kenneth said, "We'll say, do you want me to bite him when he's sleeping?"
Maybe not just yet.
Barry also dislikes Deacon for not eating the eel. That's Barry's favourite treat.
Right?
Okay.
Right.
Uh,
Ready for not getting caught in any traps tonight.
Check over the fire. Make sure it's well put out. Wrap everything back up on the back of Ed.
Barry will say, I never get caught in traps, although I did find some secret treats that you left for me.
Yep. Those were for you.
Secret treats.
I found them though.
Good job.
Okay. And you can head more northward. Okay. Let me roll some.
Did you see anything on your watches other than, Deacon?
Not tonight.
Nah, mine was quiet. Peaceful night. Yourself?
Yeah. I saw, I think it was a stag. But it was like really white.
And I'll look at Kenneth. White gold runes.
Mhm.
We saw it as well a few nights past.
Twice, right?
Yeah, it's as if it's just wandering the forest, keeping an eye.
I don't know if it's keeping an eye on us or the forest.
I imagine both.
Would I know anything in brief studies and stuff about any creatures that might predict certain domains and all that kind of stuff? Like just like wild animals and that kind of stuff, like that might be magical in
do
nature.
you have nature proficient at all?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nah, I'll go Arcana and Persuasion, that's it.
I do it if I could try it.
Sure. Have me roll me a wee natural 4. No.
It's back in full form.
What's that stag?
Was it divine?
I'll give you that.
What's the life?
Do any of you have history as a proficiency?
Nope.
And wanna like know about try and think about the stag? No.
Nah, I don't have history.
What if I try and use it as like a magical connection and use my Arcana to like,
Really?
yeah. Like
Even
grab a
religion?
connection?
Anybody got religion? No. No. None of you
I've
don't really.
got muscle and how to use the muscle.
I've got old man wisdom. What is it?
Yeah, no, none of you really know. The closest that would probably know would be Deacon, but it's probably like too far into some certain like specific research they probably never delved into in, like before he became an adventurer. So, yeah. So you set off more north towards. So where he's gone? He's gone like straight north, like
I believe where his token is on the map, or maybe like the one to the
like
left.
these
of
were
it.
here.
Aye, so I think we're getting to the base of the mountains, right, and then just like skirting round towards the
Going here?
the
Okay.
cave.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say like 2.5 hours into your travel, you do make it to the base of the mountain. You know, without Ed, it would be traversable, right? You could probably climb this, you know, rather easily. Well, at least at the low levels. Obviously, as you get further and further to the top, it becomes more sheer. But travel alongside the base of the mountain. You find what seems to be yeah, you know, a large-ish hole, like caught into the side of dug into the side of this mountain. What do you want to do? You want to leave it? You touching it?
It looks like
Like a
man-made.
cave?
No, it just looks as if some sort of animal is dug
Into the rock.
into the rock.
Out of sight? Like it goes
Yeah,
down,
it's like
in the darkness?
looking into it. It's just completely dark.
Five, remember when I was saying about the whole using key to reinforce your body, and then in certain ways you can express it outside? And I'll point down the tunnel and I'll send 4 little globes of glowing gold light down the tunnel to illuminate it.
Sure. You send the globes down the tunnel. How big is the range? 120 feet.
4 torch-sized lights within range, up to 120 feet, and they need to stay within 20 feet of each other.
That's fine. So you see like maybe a 30 or 40 foot tunnel. Probably about like 3 feet high. Then curves off into another direction. I'll say Kenneth and Leo, you hear some scuffling coming from this. Are you gone left or you gone right? What were you going?
No, they were gone there. I'm just moving my tongue so I can draw them up.
Alright. You hear some scuffling as what appears to be another Barry comes scuttling out of the side of this mountain. And Deacon, I'm assuming you're looking into the hole. Can you please make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Sure.
Barry, do you know this guy?
Oh, fuck, that's large. Attributes, con... save. 17.
Yeah, that's a pass. So again, at this point, you're far off enough that you know what you need to do. And the basilisk comes rushing out. Barry will say in your head, "No, Dad. The only other basilisk I know of is me."
It's a good one. I like him.
But my guess, is it still charging us?
Yeah, it's still charging. Yeah. So
That's back to the entrance, so I'm like right pushed up against it.
sure. What do you want to do? You want to try and fight this thing, or
How big does it look in comparison to Barry?
it's probably a bit smaller.
Does Kenneth think they could be related, or is it a totally different looking basilisk?
They look rather similar. You don't know about related, but they're definitely the same kind of basilisk.
I'm a step in front and stare directly into the basilisk's eyes.
Okay. Roll me a con save. 8. You are now restrained as you feel the petrification start to take over your legs. At which point, Barry rushes in front of you and gets in front. No, Dad, don't do that. That's silly. And you know, starts to square up with this other basilisk. So now I need to roll 2 con saves for Barry and this basilisk.
Basilisk's not immune to petrify, no.
They're not.
Nope. I think they can kill himself by looking in a mirror.
Yep. Both of them fail, so both Barry and the other basilisk become petrified, or they start to become petrified anyway.
It's a fucking cowboy standoff with fucking fists. Right, look, everybody, drop your weapons. Let's be civil here.
Can you close your eyes? Agree to close your eyes right now.
It's a bit late for that.
Okay, nah, I'm running in. Fuck him. I'm keeping my eyes shut.
No.
Fuck you. Not a chance of my chance in this. Keep my eyes shut. I'm running in.
Everything is under control.
Definitely not happening.
Okay. You run in.
Yeah, I guess I'll hold my shield up in front of me to block my view so I can't see it.
Okay.
I'll get... How wide is the...
It's like, yeah, you're probably squeezing. But it's pretty fucking low down. It's like 3 feet high. So you can't really run in. You'd have to go prone, right?
How far did I'm trying to get a grip of how much space I've got to work with here.
Probably enough room
fuck
to
it.
poke with a dagger, right? I don't think you get any room. It's like 3 feet, so
How deep into the tunnel was the basilisk?
I think like 20 feet. Right, that's how big the range is.
So I'll take like a 10-foot run up, and then I will slide on like the
30 feet,
gravel
sorry.
in the tunnel.
So say 20 feet. Alright, so... What are you doing, sorry?
Sliding into the tunnel.
Okay.
And getting up next to the basilisk. Now, basilisk hide is made of like stone, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's also spiky.
I would like to employ one of my styles that I've not used yet.
Okay.
So how the fuck would I even take a stance with a dagger? What does that look like?
And how are you going to do it prone as well?
We'll figure that out in a sec. That's the whole purpose. I'll try and get underneath the basilisk.
I mean, it's...
Slide, so I'm just running and fucking power sliding and try to get underneath it.
Okay, you try and go under the basilisk.
My eyes are shut. I don't expect this to go well at all.
Yeah, I think that you try and you end up in front of its face.
Okay.
Because I don't think it comes high enough off the ground for you to actually like feasibly get under it. Yeah, it's gonna take a bite of you, by the way.
That's
So you're in front of it.
boring.
Disadvantage. 21 to hit, disadvantage. For
I can't see it, so I can't react. So yeah.
Oh, you can't see it, so it's actually straight roll, so 22 to hit. So that would be 10 piercing and 12 poison.
2, I will drop my dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And I get my shield's like strapped to my arm, right? And I'll just reach out with both my hands and try and clamp my hands at its eyes.
Sure. Roll me an athletics check. Nine. So yeah, you clamp your hands over its eyes. At this point, I want Barry and that creature to make a con save, and also Kenneth.
Does it need to keep making the con saves even if it can no
Once-
longer
Yeah,
see its eyes?
it just once it
the
happens,
effect
it just starts to
takes
take
effect.
over.
Oh god,
Uh-oh.
we have a statue.
Shit.
So Barry's fine. Kenneth, you see the stone start to encroach up his legs. Oh wait, hold on. That's 2.
There's one more turn, I think.
Aye, first one was like restrained, then the second one is like the stone.
No, stone. It's just yeah. You're now stone, Kenneth. As is this other basilisk.
Jesus fuck, man. Why does this happen like every campaign?
Leo needs a minute to process this.
Amazing.
I think just get turned to stone with me and it's fucking jaws and all.
Can I still communicate with Barry?
I don't. I believe you're incapacitated. As the petrified.
Okay, I'm now an
Essentially a
object.
statue, yeah.
Yes.
Objects can't say no.
True. But you're immune to poison and disease.
So here's the question, right? I'm gonna try and cast message to Kenneth to see if I get a response.
The creature is incapacitated.
Yeah.
The void receives your message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
Right.
with Carton up to Vattenheim, man, I suppose.
So even with a level 3 cleric, I can't fix this.
I might
I
be
remember
able to fix
Kenneth
it.
saying something about basilisks being able to cure petrification with like the venom or some shit like that, but it's like it's a task.
Do they?
Did he?
He mentioned something about basilisk venom being able to be distilled into a cure for petrification, or basilisk blood. One
It's
of
the
two.
blood.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I could probably like make something, but I need to get to Vattenheim to, procure a kit to do it.
Fucking
Those-
won't find a kit in Vattenheim. There's no kind of- You've been to Vattenheim? It's a country bumpkin town on a lake. It's a fishing town.
I've already been there. There is a kit in Vattenheim.
Would Kenneth know how to cure?
Kenneth's incapacitated.
Kenneth was.
Sorry, no, Kenneth. Barry.
I mean, no, right? Like it just turns things to stone and then eats them.
Okay, cool.
And Barry is gonna say into Kenneth's brain, looking mighty fine right now.
Munch.
And nom.
Kenneth's gonna.
I was gonna be weird. I won't say that. No, that's fine. I was gonna say some weird shit.
Looking
Just a wee-
real tasty,
no,
there.
I know.
Daddy.
Exactly.
Kenneth's gonna go and nibble the toes off the other stone basilisk.
Yeah, I mean, Kenneth will probably no, Kenneth. Barry will probably eat the other basilisk like fucking whole at this point.
The inferior basilisk.
Yeah, the inferior basilisk.
Well, I was gonna stick my head in the cave and see if there anything else was in there, if there was any other ones of these, but I think we should just get the hell out of here and get to that
There's-
as quick as possible.
There's a concrete 3 foot concrete pillar now currently blocking the hole.
No, that's
No.
Barry's though, mate. There's no.
Aye, Barry's fucking chomping stuff like that. Like. Okay, so
I should be more shocked than I am, but we've dealt with this in the very recent future, past, so load them up.
Why would you be shocked? It's us. I'm shocked it wasn't me.
And I will help getting Kenneth onto the back of the cart gingerly.
sure. How many second wins do you get?
I get it back every short rest.
I suppose you short rest. Yeah, that's fine. You get that. Okay. So you take the basilisk, the stone statue.
I want to know what's in this cave. Like, I know you're in a hurry, but he's not gone anywhere.
You've got a couple of minutes while I'm getting him onto the back of the cart. He's
Okay. You wanna fucking marine crawl into this cave?
With my eyes shut.
With your eyes shut?
I will listen.
Okay.
Why do we keep doing this?
So you charge headlong into the cave. You reach a bend. You feeling with your hands. Roll me a perception check.
Has to end somewhere, right? 5.
Yes.
Yeah. So you crawl and you crawl and you crawl, maybe about say 70 or 80 feet, until eventually you bang your head onto the end wall.
I've not felt like any side passages or anything.
I mean, no, with that perception check you haven't.
I'll open my eyes, thinking that this is the end, and I've not
Okay.
bumped into any of my creatures. And
Okay.
I will again just use my light to have a look down
Sure.
the tunnel, back down the direction I came, so I've missed in.
Sure. Looking down the direction of the tunnel, there is one path that goes off, like say 30 feet back. So heading down that. So when you close your eyes, you eventually fall.
How shiny is my silver dagger?
I mean,
Yes.
do you polish it?
I mean, I look after it, but I'm less worried about whether or not it's like polished shiny and more about is the silver like, is it just completely coated in it, or is it like a design that's in it? I've got no physical description for this dagger at all.
David at the time. So it was like, so it was silver like filigree that goes through the dagger.
Okay, sorry, it wouldn't be very shiny then.
Man, I was hoping you were going for some Clash of the Titans shit there with the Medusa.
That was the plan, but
Yeah,
it's not.
around the corner.
I've got nothing else really there. No, but I'm from right after this to polish the inside. Why my shield shiny?
Okay. So heading down that path, I'm assuming you're closing your eyes again.
Yeah.
Eventually you happen upon the nest of rocks. And yeah, it just seems to be it's hidey hole, it's stone hidey hole.
I don't get attacked when I land in this nest or anything.
No?
Then I'll open my eyes and have a look at it and I'll like,
Yeah, having a look about. Roll me an investigation check.
hey, I'm decent at these. 21.
21, yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. Fuck it.
Having a feel about. No. Yeah, so having a feel about, you notice that it's not rock on the ground, right? It's earth that you're currently in, right? And there's just like stone about. So feeling like under the it's like soft, right? So digging your hands into the ground, you start feeling about, and you find what appears to be. Fuck it, let's roll in the random table because I don't really want to give you another egg.
Egg.
Right?
Egg.
Egg.
So, what's the random table? Is it
The little tables are just in the DMG. If you want an easy way to roll on them,
treasure? Random treasure. What's this?
this rolls on the tables.
What does it? So that's fine. But right, roll me a D4.
3.
Roll me a D100.
49.
That really carry something like that? No. 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 Alright.
You can go to the tabs up the top and change it to loot tables, and then there's a wee drop down, and it has a bunch of organised tables based on the tables as well if you're looking for something suited towards a certain thing.
Found it, it's fine. So, digging into the ground, you find a a metal flute. That seems to be like covered in a very like tree-like design, just like vines and leaves and a pattern just going all around it. And for all intents and purposes, you essentially have this thing, just a flute version.
Should we wait until we get identified?
You mean you won't get away, so it's fine.
Do that flute.
Yeah, it's you find a flute, a metal flute.
I've got it in my notes anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. I know what it is anyway, so we're good. Okay.
Yeah, it's in here now.
Yeah, that's all you really feel.
And I will roll all the way back out then.
Cool. You crawl all the way back out. Just as Kenneth is loaded up onto the back of the cart.
Leo.
Yo,
No,
Good.
drop the float on.
fluid valuable.
I mean, it's covered in fucking dirt. And I mean, if you gave it a good polish, it'd maybe look nice, but yeah.
I'll get a wipe down, I'll get a below any dust in it. I'll cast detect magic.
Sure. It is definitely magical.
I'll get a couple of gold for that, no doubt. Good find.
Yeah. I know that some services should be able to tell us exactly what magic things we find to do, so We can check that and see if it's going to be useful for us. No point selling something that'd be a good investment to be used. It'd be nice if it would, you know, be useful for this whole situation.
Yeah.
5, you said you could make something to sort him out, right?
Yeah, but I need a kit.
And there's definitely one in Vattenheim.
I think so. I think I remember seeing something in that guy's shop when I was looking, but I wasn't of interest at the time.
Should we, I mean, even if we go straight at Vattenheim, it's going to take us another 2 days.
Yep.
We have no other option for him right now.
Straight to Vattenheim, I guess.
Play
Okay.
it safe. Stop him from being broken. Make it to Vattenheim one piece.
Yeah, so
If we were
Finish.
to make, you're a mason. If you were to make some edits to a statue, and then the statue was made back
Oh,
into
no,
a person,
no.
do you think? I'm just saying, right? He would look amazing with a matching mustache to Barry's.
And I stop and I contemplating for a second and I start squaring them upside Deacon looking at like, you're not wrong, maybe square up the jaw a bit as well.
Yeah, you know, square up the jaw, maybe nick a jugular or something.
You leave my fucking chins alone.
Yep, Five's right. Fuck that shit. Let's go.
Kenneth is very incapacitated at the moment. Please refrain from speaking, thank you.
You'll have a square jaw and you'll like it.
Indeed.
All 4 of my chins are beautiful already.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any fucking around to Vattenheim. God.
Okay, that's fine.
My potion making endeavours will need to wait. No.
Are you gonna try and like double time it? Do you want to try and like clear 2 squares in
We
one
could
go?
rush.
Just like
To be fair, and we can push as well. There's no reason not to try.
I would say we should probably try at least considering Kenny's hands are on the line.
So up the pace to fast, and then also just push until one of us gets the first thing of exhaustion. See if we can make it in a day.
Give out some of your berries, Deacon. This is gonna be brutal. That's a lot of weight.
Oh. Let's
Right, sure.
shame him for his body.
He's pure stone at this point.
Yeah, but do we know that he gains mass when he turns to stone?
I mean,
But it's a kilo of feathers.
But you don't not know that.
it's a kilo of elves.
But steel's heavier than feathers.
Oh. Okay. I'm sorry, boys. So as you start to rush towards, let's see how many. Oh, you're lucky. So as you start to run, basically rush towards Vattenheim, you eventually happen upon the. So we'll maybe Sheila now. Happen upon like the edge of the lake, right? The one that streams into the Vattenheim Lake itself. And you find. Where's it? Oh wait, hold on. You know what? I'm no sorry. You find Big Man. Because I rolled an ogre, and it's an ogre. And, Big Man. So you find Big Man doing his rounds to the north side of Vattenheim. Just going about, cutting about.
Big
Hey,
man!
you guys!
Waving him down. Big man, help!
Oh, Big Man, help! And then he'll like fucking sprint over. His friend's okay?
Pull the tarp up at the back of the cart and show him Kenneth. We've had an accident. We need to get him back to Vattenheim quick.
Gently.
Gently.
Okay. And big man goes to pick him up.
Gently. This can only end well. This can only end well. This can only end well. This can only end well.
Okay. You
Start
are
your
leaving
dynasty.
leaving him in the hands of big man. Let's roll some fucking wisdom.
He's just gonna start sprinting through trees.
Come.
You rolled a fucking 3.
Can I give Big Man my inspiration?
Can I guide him?
Okay. Nah, you don't know what's happening, so you can give him your inspiration. Okay, let me. So this is what he rolled before. Okay, I'll roll it publicly. He's ready.
Not really. Ah!
Yeah, okay. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. And he will start sprinting towards Vattenheim, and you can barely keep up.
Still got most Mullins intact.
You know, we were making good enough progress with him on the cart. What possessed us to let the ogre pick him up?
I was kind of hoping he was maybe going to take the cart off the back of Ed and run with that, but yeah, this'll do, I guess.
You need to stop letting me speak to people.
We do also have a 6-foot basilisk with us.
Just enough phone sprint behind the ogre.
Barry, try and keep up with him. Keep an eye on your dad.
Harry's slower than you.
Just waddling his wee legs.
Wait, watch. Rolled a 6 on his dexterity as well, so he's not very soft either.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. There's not going to be much left to fix.
Oh,
when we
how
get
many
back.
limbs you have left?
He's only have 2 chins by the time we get there.
Bolton because they're tapped to and he's
Right,
gone.
so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do. Yeah, right. You don't need to know what I'm gonna do actually. So. How many do we do?
I won't even be mad if this is the way Kenneth dies.
I might actually. That's so that's fine. That's also fine. Ooh, okay.
This sounds fine.
Not 20.
This sounds far from fine. House
Yeah.
is on fire. This is fine.
So that's how many is that? 1,
7,
2, 3, 4. Okay. And then while you're petrified, you take what? Oh, damn it. Oh. Okay. So while you're running, you actually only take six bludgeoning damage from, big man sprinting through the woods. Most things leave him alone. Yous don't get so lucky. So I'm gonna roll a d100 for you because he's got another negative encounter. 43. Which is...
At least he doesn't need to deal with it, right? At least we don't need to hump a statue about winning an encounter. Wait, what is Barry gonna do in a combat encounter when Kenneth can't even do things?
Barry's fucking gone. He's left you in the dust.
He's slow as
Oh no, Barry. Sorry, I saw Big Man. Big Man's gone. Aye, Barry's fucked. He can't do anything. He just takes the dodge action. Oh no, that's the wrong. That's the wrong thing. Forest it would be. God damn it, 43. Yeah, you see some elk.
No, we don't.
How many
We're
elk
too,
you
we're
see?
too busy running.
How many? You see one elk just cutting by, basically sprinting off from the wake of Big Man. What else do you use fucking roll? Hold on, so 2, Yeah, I mean, you can stop for the positive encounters if you want, but if you want to just bypass them, go straight to Vanheim, I'll let you.
Depends how positive. We're not that much of a rush for Kenny.
Unless the positive encounter stops us, I think we're just running.
Okay, that's fine. So he's run past. Eventually he's happen
Was that
upon.
the druid?
That's what I did.
Anyways. Yeah. So you happen upon Vattenheim, the bridge. Yeah. Big man is nowhere to be seen. He's took Kenneth somewhere.
You never even said where.
Try and just listen out for the stomping at this point.
Or the crying, he's probably taking him home, right?
He's probably taking him back home.
I have a question. Did we ever introduce Big Man to anybody at Vattenheim, or did we leave him on the outskirts?
No, he's part of the Dynasty.
No, he's part of the Dynasty. He's part of the ship, part of the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
He's
As
probably...
soon as the word Dynasty leaves your lips, the entirety of Vanheim just chants Dynasty.
Do you want to go find Big Man then, Leo? And I'll take 5 to go gather equipment.
Yeah, here, and I'll just throw my bag. All the money's in it. Just whatever you need, get it.
This is really heavy. No, it's not, is it?
No.
It's a bag
It
hold.
weighs 5 pounds.
Yeah, it's a sports bag. Here you go. Up.
Okay.
And I will sprint, hopefully in a direction I can hear stamping or wailing or something.
Yeah, so you head to the Kenneth's house. Takes you about 5 minutes from the bridge. Eventually, you happen upon Big Man. So Kenneth, would you like to decide what tiny damage caused, or shall I roll for it?
Go for it.
Okay, it was only 6 damage, right? So I'll roll.
Take the side.
Yeah, I'll just internally decide, right? So if it rolls low enough that you didn't do any superficial damage, and you should be fine. But above, and we'll do in increments of 10 after that. And if it's like 90th, then you know you lost a leg or some shit.
99.
I rolled a 19, so you don't lose any fingers, not anything. There's a slight crack in your arm, but other than that, you're fine. So Leo, you head to Mama Kenneth's house, and you see, hold on, I'm fucking.
Oh.
So you find Mama Kenneth and Tara basically standing around this statue of Kenneth, admiring it, going, "This is a really good statue. Big man, where did you find this statue?"
Yep. Be careful around the new statue. Try not touch it or move it or anything just now. Just, Big Man, if you could just stand it upright somewhere safe, please.
Big man goes, "Yeah, they told me to bring it here." Oh, are we sorry? Are we celebrating something for Kenneth?
Yeah. Kenneth's home. Mama, I'm gonna be real with you right now. I need you not to freak out and understand what we do is a dangerous line of work. But we've already thought about this, and we're going to fix this right now.
Fix what, hun? You want some dinner?
No, this.
Sit down. And she comes in behind you and basically picks you up and puts you in a. I mean, Mama Kenneth is big, right? She's like half giant. She just fucking picks you up and sets you down, and she starts making some eel gumbo and shit.
Mama. That's Kenneth.
You're right. It does look like my boy Kenneth. It's really well done. And she's just fucking mixing her gumbo. Tara just is standing, just admiring.
I will take her hospitality and let her live, not knowing the truth. and hopefully the boys are quick, and I'm just keeping an eye on the Kenneth statue.
Roll me like a con save. You survive Mama Kenneth's gumbo. You are overfed. You are like basically in a food coma, but you're not unconscious. I will allow you to be awake.
It's not poison, it's just a lot.
It's just a lot.
Oh boys, sorry,
You're-
I can't do
you're-
this there.
Your stomach is intact. Yeah, the starter's done. Main meal's just coming up.
Please hurry up, boys.
Okay, right, what are you up to?
Where did you say this contraption was?
I'm pretty sure I saw it in the wee shopkeeper's place where we went at for stuff before we left originally.
I guess we can head over there. I don't know if any of your stuff will still be there.
Yeah, we can head straight over.
I'm assuming it's all been requisitioned by the guard and shit, right?
As yous are, walking towards the shopkeeper, people are like going, "Oh, hey Deacon, not seen you in a while," and like waving at you and.
Can I stop jog on the spot? The shop, was it cleared out? Did Magnus take all the stuff?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the guards aren't there anymore. It's just an empty building, so I think it's. Huh? Is that you running away?
I was running towards Magnus.
You run towards Magnus. You find him in the guard tower, as usual.
Greetings, Captain Magnus. I'll get like a short, quick bow.
He turns around and his eyebrows are just furrowed.
Einar's
Why are you back already?
We were in the area, slight emergency. We need a. We need a, what do we need? Five. What are we looking for?
Alchemy supplies.
Magnus just sort of. I mean, all the stuff's like over there, and he points in like another room, and it's all like boxed up, and we're gonna sell it for funds for the guard force. But I mean, feel free to. I mean, leave the coin however much you think it's worth. But...
I'll just start rifling through other boxes.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh god.
I mean, it's all fucking packed away, right? You don't even know if half of it's maybe destroyed or.
Okay.
17? Yeah. I'd say third box in, you find like 75% of the things you need to make a successful. Is it alchemy or herbalism kit you're after?
So originally it was a herbalism kit, but because somebody decided to do something very silly, I now need alchemy supplies instead. So when I took the feat, I was going to take that, but I was waiting until I got somewhere so that I could get the materials and like buy the kit before I actually added it to the sheet. So instead of taking herbalism now, I need to take alchemy, so I can fix Kenneth. Because you can't do it with a herbalism kit, it's only an alchemy kit that you can do it with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's an oil you need to make. So.
Okay. So
While he's
alchemy.
searching through that, I've just upended this bag and I'm like, shake good coins.
Yeah,
I'll
you
drop,
shake
like,
it.
80 gold on the table.
Sure, you drop 80 gold onto the table, and Magnus goes, I mean, if that's what you think it's worth, I have no idea.
That's.
I have no idea
That's no. That's.
There's a lot of gold in this thing. Just keep fucking shaking.
Deacon. That's way
Leo's
too much.
dying inside. He can feel his gold slipping away. The other side of the
You
side.
don't know if it's the food or the gold getting missing.
I'm pretty sure an alchemy kit's only like 5 GP.
Yep.
I mean, 80 gold
you
it is. Yeah.
I mean, it's no money. I don't care.
Fucking damn it! I'm marking off 80 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
And now we need
So. Okay. Barry probably followed Leo, right?
Barry. So now we need to go find them.
Barry's finally caught up with everyone and managed
Yeah.
to get to the house.
Hey, I'll say
Probably
Barry was
right
on
at the
the
same
back
time.
of the cart. Yeah, I'll say Barry was on the back of the cart so you could rush. So
How
yeah,
long does it take to make a potion of softening? I think it's called.
Is it actually?
I think so.
weeks.
Softening oil is an uncommon, so I think it's only like a day or so, right?
A common is a day, right?
Don't know. Is this just for an uncommon consumable?
Yeah, uncommon consumable. Yeah. Does that all that's on top?
Take 1 second.
Uncommon. Ba 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 ba. 1 day.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll literally just find a space, set up, grab all the different bits and bobs that I need, and then send a message to Barry to get the key component.
How big is message? How long?
I think it's like 9 words, 10 words or some shit like that, right?
I know, but what's the range?
No,
Only
once we
100
get
feet?
there, I'm going to date in their house, obviously.
Oh, in their house. Ah, okay, that's fine. So you get into their house, yeah, and you set up somewhere, hidden away. You know,
Mama, we need to get rid of some of this food.
Actually, you know something?
Close
First,
table.
roll me stealth check first to see if you escape Mama's gumbo. Deacon, you get no chance.
I'm all. No, wait, I can't eat Mama's gumbo.
You can.
Mama, you
fucking
know
will.
I can't eat eel.
Don't worry, it's not just eel inside Mama's gumbo.
No,
Uh,
Mama, you don't understand. You know I can't eat eel. I will fight this woman.
I also have no time to eat. I need to spend every waking moment that I've got right now to fix your son.
Oh, by the way, I've got a fair point as well. You take a point of exhaustion because he's travelled for like fucking 2 days straight at this point.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I'll painfully look at Deacon's bowl and just sort of slide it over in front of me, like, I'm really hungry, Mama. Can I have his?
You got. Oh, I'm so proud of you right now, Leo, my son. And then she goes over to the gumbo and just, I'll give you my boy Kenny's bowl. And she comes over and she's got a massive bowl. And she just starts fucking laying it into this. Roll me another concept. This is gonna be fucked up.
Brings the salad bowl over.
The inspiration for taking one for the team.
You may. 19. Unfortunately, you fail. It was a 20. Yeah. So you start eating, and you get. I'll give you a good 3/4 of the way through the bowl, right? Until eventually you gear up and you just start fucking like your head hits the table and puke just starts to like dribble out your mouth. I'm so proud of that boy. He did well.
It's really good though, Mama. I'm sorry. I'll clean up.
Where's my boy Kenny? He needs his food.
It'll be along soon, Mama. Don't worry.
Mama Kenny comes up behind you and just pats you in the back real hard. Tara dear, go get me my cleaning equipment. Okay,
A bottle
Mom.
of whiskey.
Okay, I'll try and find the Wixie. And she will away and get the cleaning equipment and whiskey. Comes back and yeah. So okay. Yeah. So I'm assuming you stay here for the day.
Yeah, I'm making
So
this oil.
you're
but I
working
need-
away, so you'll take another point of exhaustion
Yep, that's fine.
based on the time. Everybody else, if you're sleeping, you can get ready it.
I need a component from Barry first,
What's that?
and I need somebody to help me get it. Just on the off chance he's not willing to get.
Sure.
So I
I'll
need.
also hand back a lighter bag.
You say lighter, but it's the same weight. You don't know. He doesn't even realise that he's lost it to
I'm
gold
pretty
yet.
sure he can tell the difference.
Alright, okay.
How much did it end up coming to, Deacon?
I don't know, just tipped the bag up and some coins fell out. And
Oh,
Okay, so yeah. Is Barry willing? Does he realise what you're doing? Let's roll some
He does
wisdom.
not speak common, and he has
He
2
does not.
intelligence.
He does not speak common.
He does not.
Okay, and I might need somebody to hold him down.
He has 2
18.
intelligence.
What he rolled an 18 for his wisdom check.
I need some of the bile he uses to turn the stone stuff back into organic matter so he can digest it properly.
You don't make throw up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start feeding Barry some gumbo.
I mean, Barry will eat
I-
fuck out
I-
that gumbo. He loves Mama's gumbo.
I need... Okay. It needs...
Yeah, sure.
Barry survived the gumbo.
Like years.
It's no the digested stuff that I need. It's the bile he uses to turn the stone.
Yeah, that'll come out right with it, right? So let's see. So
Does he
I'm-
need to tactical whitey? Is that what we're getting?
Pretty much.
Am I rolling con saves for him?
Yeah, so Romy, so the first con save I'll make it DC 10, right? Because I mean Barry eats fuck at this gumbo, right? That's fine. The second one will be DC 13, right? Oh, next one will be DC 16. Fail. I don't want to come back. Yeah. So, you know, Barry eating out of Kenny Boy's special bowl. Eventually, also goes into a food coma and starts spewing onto the floor.
He's just spread with his legs just flat on the ground.
As he
just
starts
dribbling
spewing, I've
into the
just got
ground.
like... As he starts spewing, I've got like Kenny's big fucking bowl and I'm just trying to catch as much of it as possible.
Jesus.
And then I'll disappear into my space.
Okay, you disappear
I'll
into
get
your
into-
space.
I'll get into Kenny's
Roll me,
room,
roll me
so
a
it's
stealth check.
quiet.
Did you roll it before?
Nope.
Roll me a stealth check
4.
to hide from Mama Kenneth.
I mean, I've just explained... Oh, wait, she doesn't know. Never mind. Hey, that's not bad.
12? Aye, I'll give you it. She's not very aware.
And
Can I
I'll just...
whisper to the stone statue while pointing? I know he's incapacitated. I know he can't perceive, but I'd just like him to feel my words as I'm pointing at the piles of puking gumbo on the floor. This is why I don't eat you.
You're pretty sure Kenneth Will's back. This is an average day.
This was
The
great.
statue opens his hand and offers you some meal.
The fingers break off.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck, right, okay. That's fine. Your potion creation goes by uneventfully.
He just comes out of Kenneth's room like fucking...
You get 2 points of exhaustion,
Yep.
or whatever the fuck that does.
I think the second point halves my movement speed, right?
Half movement.
Yeah, he just comes out of fucking Kenneth's room. His fucking hair's just all over the place. He looks like he's ready to kill her on the spot. And he'll grab a wee chair and he'll hop up on the chair and he'll start just like coating like Kenneth's face with this fucking weird brownish fucking liquid and just
Yeah,
like smear as much of him as possible.
Yeah, so as you start to coat it, like maybe 30 or 40 seconds later, the parts that you coat first start to basically turn to flesh. And it slowly starts to like regress back.
It takes like 10 minutes for the whole application and dissolving process basically.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah, and
at
there's,
that point,
like, a
it'll
sort of,
be morning, right?
yeah, basically like first thing I think. Right.
That's fine.
Um,
And as you're applying this, and Mama Kenneth is definitely watching.
mhm.
Oh my lord! Are you hungry? And after you're done, she grabs you, and you're gonna
That's
eat some
Kenneth
gumbo.
brings out-
No,
Don't-
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
And then like as like his face starts to like soften up and he starts getting, you know, his faculties back, I slap him on the cheek and I go, "Don't fucking do that again." And I hop down off the stool and I charge away off into his room and I lock myself in the room and I go to sleep.
Nah, you get caught. Opportunity. She's get sentinel. Your speed is 0.
Contested.
Gumbo.
Contested. I'm fighting
She
this.
has
fighting
advantage on her attack. She's
I'm
get
fighting
plus
this.
10
Tiamat
Fighting
stat
this.
sheet.
12.
essentially.
12 to tuck and roll under the table.
15. That was just a straight D20 with no thingies. Yeah, so you get grabbed. You get sat on the table. You gonna get gumboed, son.
Emma.
Yeah.
I
I
think
cast, I cast
it's not
mirror
like-
image.
Even better.
No,
She
that's
puts down.
for me.
She puts down 4 balls.
Why is Mama Kenny
I'm
the
gone. I'm in his
scariest
room.
boss?
'Cause you need to realise- You need to realise that the leader of a dynasty is always the strongest among. You know what I mean.
Roll your
You've re-
perception check. I've cast mirror image and now I've just stealthed under the table.
The mirror image copies your actions.
It doesn't, does it?
I'm pretty sure it does.
You
The
sure?
exact
it's-
same thing.
they're just like around you.
Ah, okay.
She knows where you are. You can I'll let you stealth under the table. So hold on, she'll have like a wisdom like 4. Nah, I'll let you stealth away.
Yeah.
So you don't get gumboed.
I'll
I'll
lock
be kind.
myself in his room. I wedge a chair under the corner.
Wedge a chair.
Fucking horror game.
That's fine. Kenneth, you slowly come to your senses as your arms and your legs start to become less stiff. You feel like a slight bruising on your arm, and there seems to be like a large cut, just like gushing of blood. But you see Mama standing in front of you with your special bow and just a ton of gumbo inside.
Hey, Mama.
There's my boy. Here, the gumbo.
And I'll sit down and eat my salad bowl full of gumbo
Yeah, man.
with
This
the
is
biggest
not a
spoon
very
you've seen
smart
in your
move.
life.
Sure. And I think that's probably where we should end it, right?
I'll get my senses back and I'll lean over and I'm like, sorry, I meant to fix that as you were waking up, and I'll cure wounds his arm and stitch the cut back up the gash.
Buddy.
Okay.
Looking into that basilisk eyes was the best decision I made in my life.
Yeah, it was. You're right.
Where were we going with that?
GG's, everybody.
I think Kenneth wanted to have Barry make a wee pal, you know what I mean?
Kenneth.
I should have gave you the +1 Chad help. I'm sure that would have made all the difference.
I like how.